Hello and welcome to the Celtic Down Under podcast. I'm your host, Jarrod, and joining me tonight are John and Liam. How are you, John?
I'm very, very nervous. In the sort of like that's what I was saying just off pod. In the last half an hour, my nerves have gone through the roof. I need a few beers, but yeah.
How are you, Liam?
Yeah, same. In about the last hour or so, the nerves have started to kick in, but thankfully, so has the tonic wine. So I'm doing okay.
That's good. Yeah, I'm quietly confident, but I won't lie. There is a bit of a butterflies in the stomach, but it's to be expected. It's been a while between drinks against them, so in Ange we trust. Let's get it done, big Aussie style. That's all I've got to say.
Yeah.
You know, the daft thing is that you almost feel nervous because you're not nervous, don't you?
That's what's getting to me.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm actually looking at it going, they're apparently weakened because they've got COVID cases. They've had a long travel that they've had to do over to Armenia or whatever. We've just had to go across to Holland and back. There's a lot of things that are lining up well for us, but it's like, it seems too quiet, if that makes sense, and too, like, everything is too much in our favour for it to actually
work,
work out for us.
100%. It's almost like we've convinced ourselves into a false sense of security that this is just somehow some sort of guarantee. Well, we know it's not going to be. This is going to be, if anything, it's going to be a dead entertaining game.
Yeah.
Right. It's always a 50-50 with them, regardless of form going into it. Because if you look back historically, the amount of times that a shit Celtic team has beaten a good Rangers team, or likewise a bad Rangers team has beaten a good Celtic team, it just logic goes out the window with this game. It really does.
Exactly. So before we crack on too much more, just if you're listening in, let us know your comments, your thoughts on the game in the comments. We've had Jungle Lion jump on with comment, "Don't fool yourself, they'll have a full squad to pick from today." Of course they will. We know what really goes on over there in the testing getting done in Belfast or whatever it is. Yeah, of course. I'm expecting it, mate. So, let us know what you're thinking about the game, everyone. But I thought we'll try and keep it short and sharp before kickoff. Give everyone a bit of time once this is over. Go to the botlo, grab whatever drinks you need, get into the swing of things and crack on into the game, have a bit of a sing-song. So, Liam, what are you expecting to see from the starting lineup?
Well, my main concern is that I really hope he goes with Kyogo through the middle, because Kyogo out wide, to me, he's still very effective, but he is at his most lethal through the middle. I really, Edouard might play a part because, rumours are it could be his last game today, win, lose or draw, and I hope he goes out in style. But I definitely hope we start with Kyogo through the middle. I mean, my front three would be Kyogo, Abada on one side, and either Christie or Forrest on the other. Either works for me, but it's got to be Kyogo in the middle.
And what are you thinking up front, John? We'll go defense line by line and through the team.
Sure. Yeah. Yes, I agree. I agree that Kyogo has to. There's a whole element of what we want and what we think Ange is going to play.
Mm.
And look, and from what you've been telling me, Jarrod, about what he's like historically and stuff with other clubs, he's not afraid of taking a risk. So I just don't see Edouard starting today. I think Kyogo is going to be playing in the middle. And then Christie probably on the left. I've seen a couple of predicted lineups from different mainstream media and stuff about having Edouard on the left. I doubt it. He's not very effective up there. So I think Kyogo through the middle for sure.
Did you just say Edouard on the left?
I did.
Damn, you just stole my thought. The thing with Ange, as we were just saying, he's not that afraid to make the odd change here and there, but it's got to be Kyogo in the middle. It's got to be has to be. There's no way that whatever their centre back pairing is, they're not very quick, so he'll tear them to shreds. So it's going to be one of them ones for me where I'm looking at it going, Kyogo in the middle, Abada out right. He's done nothing wrong to lose that position, and he's playing unbelievably well for a 19-year-old kid. My thing for him is he's gone from a club in Israel where his biggest crowd that he played in front of was like 6,000 to playing in front of 50,000 at Ibrox, all in blue, all being a bunch of ferals. So how's that going to be? Is he the sort that's just going to brush it off and play his game, or is it going to affect him? The only way to find out is to throw him in there and let him do his thing. So I'd still keep Abada on the right, and out left, I was thinking play Edouard out left, but I don't think he's got the pace for that position, and he's also not the sort that's going to press, whether it's Patterson or Tavernier or whoever it is, out in that right back position. He's not.
And that's the problem.
To do that.
That's exactly it.
I'd be putting Christie out there just because he's got 17 lungs.
Yep. and look, we'll get into it, but we're assuming as well that Taylor's probably not going to be in the team today. So having Monty and then Edouard going up against, well, argument's sake, let's just say Roof and Patterson, I just don't like that idea at all. So with Christie out on the left,
with Kent slightly inside of the two of them as well. Like
yeah. Don't see it happening.
Yeah, I think that, but the other thing as well, though, is that if you think back to the Alkmaar game the other night, Edouard coming on in the second half really steadied the ship. And I could see if we are ahead in the second half, I could see a similar switch being made, bringing it on because the whole pace of the game slowed down when Eddie came on. And I think after having, let's have Kyogo run them ragged for 60 or 70 minutes and bring Eddie on just to power through to the end. I think have him as the impact sub, the sort of the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer type thing today, Not
a bad sort to have someone who looks like he's going to be sold for £15+ million coming on as your impact sub.
Yeah,
exactly.
Bloody depth. About right that time.
Funny that. But yeah, so we'll jump onto the midfield then. So if we're going to have Christie out left, like that's what I'm thinking, I reckon midfield will be no changes. It'll be Kelmack, Turnbull, Rogic. Rogic is pretty good in the whole. He's done it at Ibrox numerous occasions. This isn't Aussie bias. He's probably the best that we've got for that role with the form of the team's in and the lineup that we're looking at playing. What's your take, John?
100%. Rogic's the exact type of player you want in a game like this. His ability to control a very small space is we just don't have an equivalent player right now. So I think a lot of the time when people look at Rogic, they think he's maybe not. He's not going to work hard in the defensive aspects, or he just controls the space he's in, and that's exactly what we need to calm down the middle. 100%. He's also got that experience in a game like this, so he knows what he's going in for. I think we touched on it a little bit, but I think that I could see Abada starting, but I could maybe see Forrest getting ahead if he's fit enough, just because he's got the experience, and then maybe bringing Abada on. I'm a bit flip-floppy with that, but Rogic in the middle, 100%. Turnbull's on fire just now, and McGregor, how is he ever going to get dropped? He's, the machine and stuff, and he's the captain. So yeah, that's guaranteed. That's the three in the middle.
Yeah.
Before you jump in, Liam, I just want to bring up this comment here. Mm-hmm. Look at the name. Craven Moorcock. Great comment, mate. Great comment. Brilliant. Loving it. But yeah, the point you're making, spot on.
Definitely, yeah.
Over what you were saying, Liam?
Yeah, oh God, I've been thrown through a loop by that comment now.
The middle three.
Right, the mid three. I agree. It's Rogic, it's Kalmack, and it's Turnbull. But what I would say is that I think you might find that Rogic has more of a free role today. I think Turnbull's going to sit that bit deeper and just let Tommy Rogic run at them, because when he's on his game, he terrifies them. And he's done it against them so many times that, yeah, he's the man for games against Rangers, even when Celtic in general haven't been playing well. We are playing well now, but even in the past when we haven't been, Rogic is still a guy who puts the fear into them.
Mm-hmm.
And you're spot on there, Liam.
Yeah.
Like Turnbull playing as an 8, box to box, Kelmack sitting deeper, screening the back with, Turnbull helping him out a bit, and then Rogic just pushing forward. Who's their defensive midfielder that's going to stop him? What, Kamara? Really?
Yeah, I doubt it.
He'll get himself a. Oh no, sorry, we've got the mates from the lodge or whatever referee, and so I was going to say he'd get himself yellow carded a bit, but anyway. Oh,
Yeah.
here we go. As a comment, 4 hands Rogic.
Yep. I mean, he does have a screamer in him, and to be honest, this is the type of game that just really puts a statement where he could. And we've seen him do it before, right?
He does that. I'll be doing a cartwheel in my lounge room, I reckon. There's a fair chance I could have an injury later on if he scores a screamer, but it'll be totally worth it.
100%. Yeah. I mean, like we could just think back. I can't remember what the exact game was. It was either the 5-0 or the 5-1 at Hampden, where Rogic just turned right in front of the box and just when he scored it and then he fell on his back. That was just. I mean, that's completely controlling that space. Nobody could touch him, and he still manages to get a bloody goal. That's what you want. That's what we need.
Absolutely. And then the back line, guys, we'll just jump onto that. For me, it'll be our probably player of the season so far in Ralston at right back. It'll be Welsh, Starfelt, and then I reckon Monty. Even if Taylor is fit enough to play, I'm on the Monty bus. I'm like not the driver, but I'll be the guy checking tickets or whatever at the front, organising the CSC. I'm on board with Monty. He's one for the future. So I'm not worrying about him. If he has to play the game, then so be it.
Yes, I mean, look, I'm probably gonna say that Taylor's starting, and I think Taylor's starting just because of the experience. But then again, this is what I was saying before. This is what a difference between what I think Ange might do and what I would do. So if I was Ange, I'd probably play Monty. I think he's a guy that would take a risk. I wouldn't. I would play Taylor, and it's probably the wrong thing to do. And that's probably that's probably the same, by the way, for Ralston and the new lad that's coming, Jovanovic, is that you say his name? But Jovanovic, you'd probably say that you'd take a risk and you'd start him, but can you really drop Ralston right now? Probably not. And that kid is going to just destroy people. Even if he has a bad game, he's just going to go through people, which is what you need as well. The
thing I'm saying with Monty as well is if you've got Tavernier or you've got Patterson, whoever plays right back for them, Monty will go at him. Taylor, not so much. So he'll actually, if Monty's in there, he's going to, strange of the doctor's comment, Monty will be well up for this. Of course he will. He'll make them have to actually defend, which will burn their petrol tank a lot earlier than normal. And they won't be galloping up and down that wing the full 90 minutes at the level they do.
Look, my concern is by doing risks at the back is we're already quite weak there anyway, right? And we've already seen that, Starfelt and Welsh, maybe to a lesser extent Welsh, they've got a mistake in them. So if you chuck Monty in a game like this and he makes a mistake, God, that will really hit his confidence. And I think a lot of the media especially get on his back and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So is it worth? He doesn't have that big experience yet. It has to happen at some point, right? Is this the time to risk it? I'm glad I'm not the one that makes the decision, to be honest.
That's what worries me, because Celtic Rangers games are of the type that they can make or break a player. The man behind me, Lubo Moravchik. It was a game against the old Rangers that was the making of him.
Yeah.
On my 15th birthday back in 1998. Oh, that was a while ago.
Showing your age.
yes, indeed. But it can be the making of you, it can be the breaking of you, and I think that defensively, I'm hoping for a big game from Starfelt today. He needs a big, commanding, bossing game. He needs a sort of a Johan Mjällby type game. He just needs to come in and just command the show from the start and just show us what he's all about. Because we know he's got it. We know that he's got that ability. We wouldn't have signed him otherwise. Taylor would be my pick. However, I do think Ange is the type of guy that likes to throw in a wild card, and that wild card.
Not Bolingoli.
No.
And not Kelmack at left back either.
I think even after two glasses of Bucky, I've got a better chance of getting a game than Bolingoli at the moment. But no, I think the wild card could be Montgomery. I could see Monty getting chucked in there. Personally, I wouldn't do it. I would go with Taylor because I think you want experience for a game like this.
Starting lineup's been announced.
All right.
Oh well, whilst we're discussing it, there you
There
go.
it is.
Well, how are we doing?
Oh, interesting.
Juranovic straight in the start.
Well, do you know?
So
Do you know what?
left
Right?
back?
Yeah. Look, do you know? I had a suspicion that they could do something like this because the amount of games that Ralston's played, you think he might want to. I mean, I feel
Ralston's in there,
playing
Tom.
though.
Ralston's in.
Juranovic must be playing left back.
Yeah.
Is that the actual starting 11, or is it the commenter's opinion of what the starting 11 should be?
That's it on Twitter.
Because he's starting 11 announced. There you go. Hart.
Right. Right
Ralston,
enough.
Welsh, Starfelt, Juranovic,
Edward
Turnbull, Abada, Christie, Kyrgo, Edward. So Kyrgo's playing out left.
Right.
Well, there we go.
Okay.
Breaking news, everyone.
Rogic is on the bench. Kyrgo will be playing in behind him with Edward. There you go. Stranger Love, the Doctor. Boom.
Interesting.
Pressure's all on them.
Well, Juranovic must have done something special.
There you go. 100%. That's your starting lineup. Thank you, Franklin Don. Appreciate letting us know because I was just trying to look that up while the other boys were talking.
Yeah.
You notice how we didn't even mention the goalkeeper when we're talking about the team because there's no point. We all know it's Joe Hart, so it's not like we've got the Barker's Bane shenanigans from last year.
Hazard, anyone? Are we not going to put him? No, okay, right. No, yeah, Hart was always starting. There was no doubt.
So
on a side note, Hazard is a great name for a goalkeeper, isn't it?
Depends how many calamities he's gotten him. Imagine David James if his last name instead of James was Hazard, it'd be like Calamity Hazard. Yeah. Perfect. So now the lineup's called, and we can see what it is. So Ralston, Welsh, Starfelt, Juranovic, Davy Provan come out in an article that came out a couple of hours ago. Celtic defence is a shambles ahead of Rangers game, and no amount of Postecoglou's coaching can fix it. Who wants to tell Davy Provan to shove it? Other than
everyone,
pretty much like no one cares what he thinks. I just saw that headline and thought, oh, that's an interesting little.
What a stupid thing to say.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, no manager's ever going to improve any part of a team. So what's the point?
You see, the thing is, though, Jarrod, it's one thing to tell him to shove it, but how can you shove something up your arse when you waste all your time talking out of it? That's the dilemma there, I mean, there you have it, Davy Provan, straight from the horse's arse, as they say.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a funny one, though, because I look at it and go, yep, Provan does that. He makes that sort of comment. But then the next comment you've got is, Celtic boss Postecoglou ready to give Edward a chance to sign off with Old Firm, Glasgow Derby, win over Rangers. Like, okay, let's see Eddie go out as a hero again. But, like, as far as I'm concerned, Provan, absolute knob. Like, no idea. Yeah. And I don't take a thing he says serious. So, yeah, no big issue for me. Big Jim with the comment here. Hart, big game for him today. Hope the guys have told him what to expect in the Ibrox Cauldron. I'm actually not worried because how many big games has he played for England and in the Premier League down south?
Yeah.
He's played in Manchester derbies. Yes, I know it's not as feral as the Glasgow Cauldron on Derby Day, but he's played in that. He's played in other derbies, but he's got that much experience. I wouldn't be too worried. Liam looks like he wants to throw a comment in.
Well, I was just going to say that he's probably... I mean, I can't remember specifics, but with Manchester City, he's probably played in places like maybe Moscow or
Istanbul.
Istanbul, places where there'll be almost no home support, almost no Man City supporters, and it'll be extremely hostile. So if he can come through that, Ibrox will be a cakewalk. Especially after we scored after 5 minutes and shut them all up,
Paul McGinley's comment about the Croatian has probably played in the Hajduk split, Dynamo Zagreb, also big World Cup games. I have no doubt Juranovic is going to come in and do a job. So, quality player.
Look, I haven't really looked at much into him, to be honest, apart from just the stuff that's been chucked about whilst we've been linked with him and stuff. But can he play at left back? He can play both. Well, then
when he was playing in Croatia, he played predominantly left back.
Well, there you go.
Excellent.
So yeah,
excellent.
So perfect. It's a perfect type of player that we need. Someone who can play both sides and stuff. So, I mean, defensively, I'm a bit more. No, I'm not that calm. I'm still pretty nervous. I was going to say I feel a bit more at ease, but I don't. It's a good defensively, but I'm still dead nervous. That's our weakest part at the moment, so we'll see how we go.
So then, now we've hit the 20-minute mark, boys.
Mhm.
Now for some fun times. What are you expecting score-wise, Liam? We spoke about it during the week on the podcast. I said 5-1. I'm sticking to it. I'm doubling
5-1.
down. 5-1. We're going to spank him. I'm actually saying that tongue-in-cheek, guys. As long as we win, I don't really care. But I said 5-1, so it's going to happen. Kyogo hat-trick. Eddie scoring 2, and one's their traditional penalty.
You see, I was going to say 2-0, but then I forgot to account for the Rangers penalty. So yeah, I'll say 2-1.
Let us know your score predictions in the comments, guys.
Yeah. I hope Kyogo scores the winner with 5 minutes to go, runs right up to the Rangers end, and I hope he's had enough English lessons that he knows how to shout, "Get it right up you."
Yeah. Look, I mean, I'm going to be dead honest. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be back and forth. I think it probably will go down to like the last 15 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. 6. Yeah. Well, I hope it's 6-0.
Dude, if it happens, that's it. The next podcast will be named after Franklin Don. There you go. On Wednesday's podcast will be called Franklin Don calls 6-1 or 6-0, sorry.
I think you actually have to be a Don to be that gallus.
No, I think I think it's going to be. I don't want to say it's a draw. I could see it going to a draw. But I reckon 3-2 to us. I can't see. I mean, we've got a lot of momentum at the moment, and they're really struggling to get results. So I think all of the right sort of factors are behind us at the moment. So I could see us pinching a win, but it could be a draw. Yeah.
Craven Walcock. Abada not in the lineup.
Yes. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
He is there.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Abada
on the right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I'm glad that I couldn't see that happening myself, but yeah, make a break for the young guy. Abada's got all the right stuff. So, I mean, he look, Forrest sometimes goes missing in these games. So Forrest could be if he was on the bench, which he's not, but if he was, he would be a good player to bring on. But Abada will be fine, I think. Abada's just that old traditional winger.
All I have to say, it's real simple. You've got this right here. Everything Ange's done up until now in terms of rebuilding the squad and regenerating, bringing players in, learning a new way, all that. It's great. There's been improvement. We're way ahead of where I thought we'd be, honestly, to this point. So this game isn't, being realistic for a second, this game isn't make or break in terms of winning or losing the title at the end of the season. However, if we put a marker down, go to Ibrox and get the win, then they're going to be the same way we were after we got the Bolingoli ban at the start of last season and we were playing catch-up. They're going to be playing catch-up, and the pressure is really just going to be turned right up on top of them. And there's fans there to pest them and, abuse them as well. So, yeah, we can set a marker here and put all the pressure on them. And that's the key thing here. That's what I want us to focus on. Let's play the way we've been playing. Trust the process. We've got the right players. We can get the result and then watch them implode.
See, that's the thing. That's the big point, right? If we lose this game today, now I don't think we will, but if we do, it's like, well, we're still a project in development. We're still bringing in players. We've still got probably at least another couple of signings to come in, hopefully. I don't know if the big Greek boy's being actually confirmed officially yet, but that's meant to be happening today.
Apparently he's got a medical in Paris today and he'll be in Glasgow Monday, Tuesday.
Right, okay. So him plus possibly one more, hopefully another centre-back. But then, we're still a building project. Ange is still getting the players to fully buy into his philosophy. Well, they buy into it. He's getting them to fully understand and think about how to implement his philosophy. That's going to take time. I mean, it took him 18 months to turn Yokohama into league winners from mid-table mediocrity. He's got a better starting point with Celtic in that we're second, albeit a distant second last season.
Yeah.
But my point is that the pressure's all on them today. If they lose, their fans will turn on them. the media will turn on them, and it'll well and truly things will cave in for them. We lose, it's like, well, we've still got them at New Year.
Exactly.
I mean, to be honest, considering the absolute shambles of getting out the Champions League, then losing our first league game, the fact that we even have a chance to go 3 points ahead of them today is a bloody miracle as far as I'm concerned, so far.
It really is. The turnaround since Ange's come in has been parallel to none, to be honest. Nobody expected this turnaround this fast.
No.
So you're absolutely right. What a privilege it is for us to be going, we're going to fucking beat him today. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's going to happen. That's a massive privilege.
And what you're saying, Liam, about probably one more as a centre-back, well, I reckon if Edouard leaves after this game, Giacomakis comes in, we bring a centre-back in, and if Edouard leaves, then it's pretty simple. There's no way Kyogo will be playing left anymore, which means we go back in for Lovridge and try and make it happen.
Oh, yes. Now that gets me
Imagine
going.
Kyogo in the middle, Lovridge left, Abada right.
Oh.
Sexy football for days.
Oh.
Well, apparently
I'm going to reach for a cushion here. Bloody hell, boys. Oh.
That's why I put this up, Liam, for a bit of modesty for you. Here we go. And just as Jarrod in the cage, Angel. Boom. Love it. Noel McGregor from Willie. You're spot on, mate.
Yeah. So their team's out as well.
Say Willie is, don't fall asleep, mate. I know it's late over there in New Zealand across the Dutch, bro. You'll love it. There you go. Rangers, Blues fans will boo 'em. So what we'll do when we wrap it up is, so I'm in Melbourne, John's in Sydney, both in lockdown. Can't get to the CSC, so I just want to pass on a bit of a shout out to the Sydney City CSC, the Western Sydney CSC, Melbourne number 1, Mornington Social Celts, and Jockstein CSC in Melbourne, because we're all in lockdown. None of us can get together, but enjoy the game, everyone. Can't wait to get together, get on the beers, have a sing-song and all that in the future.
That's it.
9 p.m. kickoff our time over here, so it's perfect. Liam, you're in Japan, so what is it, 8 p.m. kickoff for you?
Yeah, and I would just like to say, actually, thank you to the Japanese cable TV provider DAZN, who are going to be showing the game live tonight. I've got Celtic TV, so I'll be watching it through them. But a lot of people who wouldn't ordinarily watch a Celtic game in Japan are going to watch it tonight, and that's thanks to Kyogo, and also thanks to a Japanese company for taking an interest. So thanks for that, guys.
Great opportunity for our brand to grow. So let's just hope they don't hear all sorts of racist stuff sent Kyogo's way again from the fans, because it won't reflect well on Scottish football.
Yeah.
No comment. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone enjoy the game. Enjoy it. Have a good sing song. If you're at the pub at CSC, we're jealous. Give us a shout out. But hope you enjoy the game. Go Celtic. Into these bastards. Come on,
Go.
Come on, Hoops.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. Cheers, everyone. Hail, hail.
Hello.